Oh, good morning, everybody. Let's go full stream or full screen there. Let me set up, get some music going. Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm sure people will start trickling in as we start going here. This is not a normal stream. This is not a normal time. So I understand that people might be sleeping. People might be dreaming. People might be still looking at that Jabba the Hutt reissue. They might be looking at that Scum and Villainy, or maybe even Jar Jar effing Binks. Who knows? But you know what? I've been processing. I've been getting ready to do some stuff today. Actually, got a lot done already today. I went to the dump. Got some other stuff done. I need to cut my grass, but we've had a lot of rain here, so trying to wait for that to dry out. So I'm like, hey, the wife went and got her nails done, her feet done. I don't know. The kids are upstairs plugged in for a little bit. Like, I'm going to go live, see if anybody wants to hang out for just a little bit and maybe talk about some of the stuff that we've gotten this week. You'll have to excuse me. I'm going to have to clear my throat quite a bit because I've just had a little bit of a cough creeping up on me, so just a little bit of drainage and whatnot. But other than that, still feeling good. It's the weekend. Happy to hang out with you guys, and I hope you're all doing well. We got 14 in here to start the show. Not too bad, especially for something that we planned 10 minutes in advance. We got Austin Collect Saturday stream. Let's go. I like doing these because sometimes the people that can't watch Wolfpack live can at least check in with me, on a live stream here as well. So we got Geo the Movie Cannon. Good morning, collectors. Jabba do. Oh, man. We got My Father Django, channel member. Good morning, Too Sweet. This is going to be pretty much all Star Wars talk this morning here, so we'll hang out for a little bit. If you're not into Star Wars, still hang out with us and consider jumping in. It's a lot of fun. We got Valkyrie Magnus, another channel member. Good morning. Says, good morning, Geo. We got Fig Poser. What up? What's going on, my friend? Look at this guy. We got Figures in Fandom. What's going on, Steve? Channel member for 20 months. Damn, alive. PSA regarding Java. Yeah, I know I have people checking in, making sure I'm okay. I want to let you guys know I'm still here. I'm still well. I've actually done some videos recently. I did a collection update, and I gushed about the Jabba the Hutt. I did a top 5 figures that I'd least likely sell. Spoiler, Jabba's on the list, so I gushed about the figure then as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to talk about that. We got Batman Collectibles morning. Glad you're not banging your head against the wall. I know, like, Flavio commented on my Instagram and just said, like, I'm a what do you say, a reissue magnet. So that is what it is. We got Ethan in the house, bro. Thank God my wallet is safe from these. Collector Chris, good to see you. Jabba. We got Brick, Artemis. What's going on, my friend? What is up, Jedi and friends? Hello, Brick. We got Wayne Timothy. Good morning, Graham and chat. Good morning to you as well. Again, I hope you're all doing well. I am the reissue magnet here, coming live to talk with you guys. And let's just jump right in, right? Let's see what we got here. I'm going to just do this, make myself a little bit bigger. I want to know what you guys think. So this is the second wave of the Star Wars Scum and Villainy collection. Collect them all, they say. And let me just pull this up here a little bit. So this is the second wave. I was actually really excited to see this because when they teased this, if you guys remember, they teased it a while ago. We saw the shadow figures and we were all kind of guessing who's who and whatnot. And we for sure saw Bib Fortuna right there as well. And that, having Jabba the Hutt, that gets me really excited because as you guys have seen from my videos, I've really kind of built it's a display in itself. Each case is becoming a Star Wars display for the Star Wars area. So Jabba, we have like Han and Carbonite, we have C-3PO, we got Boba Fett, Lando, Skiff Guard, which is actually a really cool figure. And then right now I'm looking down there, we have the Jawa and Gonk droid, which will probably move to the other case once the dewback comes, which again, just got some news from Hawk Wars Toys that should be soon too. So like, man, a lot of stuff's happening all of a sudden. Tariffs though, man, a lot of people getting the tariffs. I want to know, like, let me know in the chat, is that changing things for you? I mean, I know it's only like $17 here, $17 there, but you know, if you have 15 tariff on everyone, that really adds up. So I guess let me know, like, is anybody considering canceling orders, or we just deal with the cost? Not really much we can do about it. I know the dewback has been getting like tariffs of like $42. Still waiting, you know, from my official price from Hawk once he kind of gets his stuff in, but he said it should be coming soon. So I'm excited, and I'm getting the combo pack. So I got to decide if I'm keeping the Sergeant, the Sand Trooper Sergeant, or if I'm going to move on from that. I think for now, though, I am going to keep it. But down the road, obviously, if I have to sell something, that one might be one that goes. But we talked about this when the figure and the dewback were announced, but I really like the droid ring and that scene of looks are droids. So like that's the pose he's in now. Excuse me. And I really like keeping him in that pose, but I want Trooper riding him as well. So I'm going to definitely keep both of them for now. But I know a lot of people were excited about the Scum and Villainy line. So I'm with you for sure, getting Bib Fortuna. And then more than likely, I'm going to get this guy. I cannot remember his name. I just remember him pushing Luke, you know, off the plank there, but he looks really cool. As far as the other ones go, I don't think I necessarily need them. I mean, you guys know me about collecting background characters. It's not really something that I do because I have to have that connection with the character. So like Bib Fortuna is pretty much the extent of what I'm going to go to because he was just a little part of the movie, but still iconic, still like Day One Awanga, you know, like we remember seeing him in Jabba's palace, you know, seeing him behind Jabba. So he just goes really good with the Jabba set there as well. So yeah, he's for sure coming home. And you know, every now and then I'd contemplate, do I just get the old ass Sideshow one that came out in like 2007? But you know, it's only like $100. I couldn't do it. So glad I waited on that one. Let's see here. So you guys are seeing. Hey, we got one Adam 12 channel member. Will catch the replay. Got an important job. Bring dogs to the groomers this morning. Yeah, you know, Saturday morning is the is errands for a lot of people. So I totally get it, and I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for popping in. I hope we get some Thunderbolts announcements, dude. I need to see that as well. That looks really good. I've heard really good things so far. I think we're gonna get at least a few. I mean, come on, Hot Toys. They love doing Marvel, so I think we will get a few, especially need Yelena for my Marvel case up here. Oh, we got Rusty Bronco joining us. Hello, my friend. Hello, curators. What's going on, dude? We need a new Jabba. My dewback should be here today, dude. Congrats. That's awesome. Very happy for you. Dewback looks really cool. The second line is going to take a big bite out of my Hot Toys budget for the year. Howard will never give us these characters, and protos look great. Yeah, this isn't stuff that I think Hot Toys will do, so I think this stuff is safe. And we'll talk about like Jabba the Hutt in a little bit too. Like, what does that mean for Hot Toys ever doing the figure? And, you know, is he safe as well? We'll kind of talk about that. Steve says, did you change your mind on the first round of Scum and Villainy? I haven't, but I'm still considering Greedo. So the fact that like my New Hope shelf is kind of spreading to 2 cases now that I'm getting the dewback, I've moved R5, Tusken Raider, and then the 2 Sand Troopers down. So it's really kind of left a New Hope a little bit on the bare side for the other case with Obi-Wan, Chewie, Luke, Vader, Tarkin, all that. So like I might consider Greedo, but it is such a high price tag. So no, I'm not reconsidering it, but I'm still considering Greedo. We got Collection Obsession channel member. Hey, Too Sweet. Yeah, we can bring out the Too Sweet. It doesn't have to be Wednesday. We can throw that thing around. Too Sweet. And happy Saturday. Greedo, Ponda Baba, Dr. Ivazan. Some of these I can't pronounce. For the dewback Tatooine dial. Ooh, Yeah, I mean, a lot of that stuff works, so it's going to be fun, kind of like it was with Jabba. It's going to be fun to build the Tatooine display with the dewback. So, yeah, I mean, I got my figures. If you guys saw my video with the update, I've already got the figures down there. Just need the dewback, and then I can kind of like place everything where I want. So right now they're just kind of thrown in there, but yeah, it's going to look cool. I'm excited. And I still stand by like Jabba the Hutt is the iconic piece, but at the same time, yeah, I just couldn't. The longer I waited, the more I'm like I wanted, like, this year of 2025 is the OT year, so like I just couldn't not get that figure of the dewback, and I hope that Hot Toys keeps making creatures and stuff like that for Star Wars, and I hope, which I know is probably not going to happen, they give OT a little bit more respect and keep making some figures. But at the same time, if they give us 2 figures a year, hey, then my wallet's safe. So I don't have to worry about reissues as much with some of that stuff. So yeah, her outfit was so much better. Then the Black Widow look. I need a Sentry and a Red Guardian would be hilarious. Yeah, that would be cool stuff. Definitely do want to see that. I saw Revenge of the Sith last weekend, so not sure I'm going to be able to swing 2 movies in 2 weekends, but I do want to see it. So maybe I can go like next week. It looks good, and I've heard like it's not over the top funny, but there's funny moments, but it's just a really solid movie, which is really something that Marvel needs to happen. So do you guys think Hot Toys held off on shipping so they could get more money on tariffs, although figures were paid months ago? That was what I brought up on Wednesday. I was like, do you think, because all of a sudden we've got like an influx of figures starting to ship, and is it just coincidence, or yeah, is it like we're figuring out the tariff stuff and now we're just going to hammer you because we're getting hammered, so let's hold off? I don't know. Like, I wouldn't put it past them to just kind of hold things for a little bit longer and then collect some tax money, but yeah, you would hope not. We got the Collector in the house. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, $280 for that grill. That's steep. That is a steep price. So that's concerning. Like, I really don't want to pay anything over like $245, $240 for that figure. He doesn't really come with much either, if I remember correctly. So Sideshow kind of ballsy with their prices on some of these things, where they think they're kind of like competing with Hot Toys, like figure wise, quality wise, but I don't know. I mean, their stuff has gotten better, and I don't know though. That's quite a bit. Star Wars hype is real. Hot Toys and Sideshow bringing heat. Yeah, man. All of a sudden, and I'm so glad that Sideshow's doing this stuff, and I wouldn't mind if they would because Sideshow, we're kind of all over the place this morning, so just try to stay with me. But when it comes to Sideshow, they reissue their stuff over and over again. So like Han and Carbonite has been reissued 3 times now, maybe. C-3PO was reissued a handful of times. R2-D2, we had the that Boba Fett was reissued a couple times. I don't know if I think Lando's just Skiffguard Lando, I think has just been in stock the whole time. He might be waitlist now, I'm not sure, but a lot of times what they do is it'll sell out, and then they'll just make more and sell it again, and they'll make more and sell it again, and that's kind of the round that we've hit with Jabba the Hutt. So I don't want to get too much into that. We'll hop around a little bit because this is really just a tease, but here you can see the figures. They look pretty cool. Again, I'm thinking, well, I'm getting Bib Fortuna for sure. And then this guy, what the hell is his name? So they're coming soon. They're not up for pre-order yet. You can RSVP for these. Pagatti Rook. Is that right? He looks cool. Don't know his name, but we got other ones. And then it looks like there was like an error with like I think it was Tessic here, where it showed like an image of Wicket premium format statue. So I wonder if that's coming. That was a little mix up there by Sideshow, but yeah, some of these guys though, they look cool. But if you get like a sail barge, which I know you can't because it's too ginormous, but like, man, if you could put these all like in a sail barge, like a jazzing type of thing, that would be really cool too. Like, it would just go well. But even Jabba's palace would be nice. I actually just ordered from Display Heroes as well, Jabba's Palace floor, a stand for my Lando, and then I ordered a base for Joker. It's like a marble flooring from the museum because he's on an Alfred display right now. I was too lazy to get the other one out and put this one away, so he's on an Alfred base. But so I got those two coming probably at the end of the month. But yeah, so Lando will have his Jabba Palace flooring base, so that's exciting. And I think that'll just add to the figure as well. But yeah, there's some cool stuff here, especially if you're deep into Star Wars line. But I gotta think like Bib Fortuna is going to be the most popular one. You guys can let me know. Let me know which one like you would get, or which one's like at the top of your list if you're getting them all. Let me know in the chat like which one is top priority. Let's just pop back here. So here they all are again. And you can see like in the background, it's basically Jabba's palace. It looks like they're in the Rancor pit. Yeah, backdrop not included, guys. So you know. Looks great though. Oh, let's see. Yeah, the movie was good, I thought. Yeah, Thunderbolts looks good. We got Darth Bane. Hello there. Will the reissue of Jabba only be available through Sideshow or other retailers as well? That's a good question. That is a good question. Do they sell? Yeah, I don't know if they sell their stuff outside of their own like comic book store retailers. Because I got my Lando skiff at a comic book store in Green Bay, and they're I think it's a retailer of Sideshow, or I don't want to say a reseller, but yeah. So I think just they're partnering stores. They will, but I don't know if you'll be able to find this at like Big Bad Toy Store or Comic Concepts or Collector Zone. I'm not sure how that works. Yeah, all the collectors are done well. You know, a Sideshow, you know, we give them shit, but it's mostly just about the quality of the body itself, like the joints. But for the most part, the figures look good. Like, again, I go back to Lando, the skiff guard. Like, if you take the helmet off and put that head sculpt on, it doesn't look very good. But the likeness with the helmet on, it actually looks really good. The soft good materials look really nice. I really like the figure a lot. Yeah, Valkyrie agrees with Geo. The price for Greedo is too expensive. Yeah, Hot Toys needs to do Bosk, man. That'd be cool. We got Natalie here. Hello there. What's going on? Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Holy shit. Are they reissuing it? Yeah, Jabba? Yes, they are. That photo is full of scum and villainy. Will I be getting the Anakin Skywalker? Are you looking at that dark side or the artisan one? Probably not now. I'm gonna wait until they do sculpted because it's gonna happen. So I think sometime this year. I thought maybe this summer or spring, but we'll see. And Geo says when they reissued Freddy and Jason, I didn't see anyone else selling it. Yeah, so I think it's just like the retailers that are associated with Sideshow, like the comic book stores, but I don't think you're gonna find them anywhere else. But yeah, hit that like button, guys. We got 52 in the house to start the show. Thank you guys so much for showing up, hanging out with me, talking Star Wars, maybe a little bit of therapy session here as well. This looks great, but again, let me know which one is the one you're taking home. Bib Fortuna for me, and then possibly this guy right here. Prices probably going to be in line with that first wave of Scum and Villainy. So yeah, probably the 280-ish mark, 290. We'll see. I hope they're not too expensive. You can find this first one of Bib Fortuna when the 2007 release. I mean, you can find it for like $100, $125. So it's very cheap, but it's not nearly as good as this. I mean, it's almost 20 years old. But yeah. Let's see. Let's just click on this here. So yeah, RSVP now. Please sign into your account before you RSVP. Then you'll know when it becomes available. And I wonder if they're going to do something like they did with the first wave, where they do like special edition. You get this little extra accessory. Here, I'm going to cough quickly here. Some of that crud out, and let's go to Jabba the Hutt. Okay, so I bought mine, I don't know, was it 3 months ago now? and no regrets, for sure. Amazing piece. Showstopper. Everybody who loves the OT needs this piece in your collection if you can. It is amazing. So this is the first time they're reissuing it. Now, when they reissue it, it's not like a Hot Toys reissue where it necessarily kills the value of your other one. Now, this one, people, I don't know if they were selling it for this much, but people were asking upwards of $1,500 on the secondary market for this Jabba the Hutt. It's not what I paid. I paid under what the old retail was, which was $850. So it's been marked up about $200. So here's the two things to look at. When Sideshow reissues their product, when it's a straight reissue like this, there are no improvements made. I don't even think the paint apps would be any different. And this isn't that old of a figure, but so you're not going to see any improvements. Second thing is they raise the price a good amount. So it's not like it kills the value of the other figures. I mean, if anything, you could probably still get retail of what you paid for those. So yeah, this has a window of October to March. So, I mean, pretty quick, which is good. But then what you got to think about is, will tariffs still be a thing? Shipping's probably going to be like $90. Tax, you're looking at like $12.50 out the door. That's a lot of money, but I still think it's worth it. I don't know, man. I think Sideshow, actually, we don't give them enough credit for some of the stuff that they do, but it's a really good piece. A must for any Star Wars fan. Now, having said that, where we talk about nothing's going to be different, there are some flaws with this figure for sure. It's like a polystone, so it's fragile. Paint rubs really easy. Salacious B crumb breaks extremely easy. You're lucky if you're going to find one of these Salacious B crumbs that's not broken. So like, that's the problem my figure has. So like, I was able to glue him together, so like he looks fine. But if I want to sell it, I have to obviously disclose that. And then I had a couple paint rubs on Jabba that I took some acrylic paint, forest green, a tan, and maybe a slight amount of black, and I just kind of mixed it to match, and you can't even tell. So I'm fine. I'm not going to sell this for possibly a loss. Again, I got mine for under what the retail was, but with shipping and everything, it was, it was expensive. But I don't think it's worth it for me or anybody that has this figure to sell and get the new one, because it's the same exact thing. So if you have it already, consider yourself blessed that you have it in your collection. You've had it, you've been able to enjoy it, and now other people can enjoy too. Like, I was trying to process this morning because I woke up on the couch at like 1 a.m. this morning to go to bed, and people were like texting me about it. I was like, oh shit, like, okay. So I wasn't really sure what to think, but kind of just letting it process and sink in. I'm fine with it. It makes sense that they're doing the second Scum and Villainy line. This was one, though, I had in question. Would they ever reissue it, because it is such a massive piece? They've reissued figures, but they, like, dude, Sideshow did Han in Carbonite environment, which they kind of redid, but it was more of like Empire Strikes Back. They did the probe droid from Hoth. They've done Jabba's palace, like the archway. What else? Tauntauns, like none of that stuff has ever come back to see the light of day. So I was just like, well, maybe this is one of those that isn't ever going to come back. So maybe I just need to kind of figure it out and get it. And that's what I did. And I don't really have any regrets. But again, there are issues. Like, you look at Salacious, these pieces right here are super fragile. They'll break off in the box. So, and then even these pieces right here will break. His tail can break off. The fingers can break off. He's like basically a polystone material. He's not like some sort of plastic piece. So he does have magnetic interchangeable arms, legs, and a head. But again, you gotta be really careful. Now, you could use the Hot Toys version that came with C-3PO, but I really don't think it's as good as this one, actually. So this one's just so much better. I like this one a lot more. The size seems to be more accurate. But man, it is so cool. Like, But yeah, you got to be careful, like especially taking the mouthpieces out. They can be kind of, it's magnetic, so it can be kind of stuck in there. So you just got to be careful how you handle it, paint rubs, stuff like that. The base is a must. This thing is super cool. The paint apps look great. I love everything about it. I love the interchangeable pieces here for Jabba. He's so cool. So yeah, I'm happy. Happy with where I'm at. Happy with what I got. Let's check in with you guys here. I remember seeing Sideshow Jabba for 900, the reissue of 1025, and I am tempted as F. Yeah, it actually was 850. It was 850 was the prior one. So it's a jump, but I still think it's worth it, especially if you can do a payment plan. You guys have seen it in my videos. It's so cool. What is with Hot Toys not going all out in lines like TPM Anniversary? Where is Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon 2.0, Queen Amidala, Spider-Man 3, only Toby, No Venom or Sandman, Batman Anniversary, and Marvel? So let me do a poll here. So now that Sideshow is reissuing Jabba, do you guys think Hot Toys will make a Jabba the Hutt? Because wouldn't you think Sideshow knows something? The fact that they are the USA retailer for Hot Toys. Do you think they would do this if they knew Hot Toys was going to make it? So I'm going to start a poll. Will Hot Toys make a Jabba the Hutt? That doesn't need to be in caps. Figure. I want to know what you guys think, so please vote. Is it more likely? Less likely? No change? Holy good lord, I'm not going to try to say that name, but I'm just going to say Lionheart. Thankfully, my wallet is safe for now. Glad to finally get 1.6 Cassie and Andor. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Needing 2.0 Jyn Erso rolling eyes function. She'll come. She'll be there. We got Jazzy in the house. What's going on, my friend? Early for you. We're just hanging out for a little bit, talking Star Wars, reissues, new stuff. Jabba is an absolute showstopper and is a reminder that Sideshow is capable of delivering high-end collectibles. Honestly, I wish they would like if they're reissuing some of this stuff and they're giving us like the Scum and Villainy again. How about a Gamorrean Guard? What about Bosch Leia? That would be amazing. Those figures are super old, and that Gamorrean Guard still holds up. Like you could almost reissue it as is, and it'd be fine. So, and they were really creative with the joints on that figure too. They would have the peg joints up under the sleeve, so it could move like this. You couldn't really get motion like this, but it was more so of a spin that way. But those look really cool. I mean, those prices are insane as well. Yeah, he's definitely cool. We got Universal Key joining us. Hello, hello. We got the Figure Alchemist. Good morning. Brad is here as well. Hello there, my friend. Ryan is joining us. What's going on, everybody? Don't mean to damn in the mood, but you think it's a little crappy that we're getting charged tariffs for our figure shipping when some people have gotten them once before? Yeah, it is. But it's kind of just the way of the world right now. I know some people were kind of upset on Facebook groups and saying like they don't have the right to do it, but it's a tax. So unfortunately, if we would have gotten the due back a month ago, we wouldn't be getting a $50 tariff. But the fact is just bad timing. So will any of you cancel orders? Will any of you cut back? Will any of you get out completely for now or take a break? The Luau, think the dark side Anakin will hit Sideshow tomorrow for the 4th. It's possible, man. On a Sunday too. That would be lit. Everybody would be up in arms trying to go for it. Both Hot Toys and Sideshow are making Grievous. True. Yeah, that's true. Sideshow did not make it very well. So, anybody out there considering picking this up? Like legit picking this up? Over $1,000? Ryan is still excited about the dewback shipping. So, same, me too. At this point, it is what it is. If I gotta pay something, I gotta pay something. Like I just need to bring that thing home. So, it is what it is. Kind of sucks, but man, what are you gonna do? I got a sealed mint Sideshow Jabba for $700 a year and a half ago from a local seller. Offer up app, nothing broken. Very nice. Yeah. King Killa, good to see this guy back in the chat. Do you think tariffs will increase the resale value, or will sellers also have to eat those costs when reselling? That's a great question. And I don't want to speculate. I think only time will tell. We'll just kind of have to see what happens. I mean, honestly, the tariffs could be a thing of the past by next month. I don't know. But I don't know. That's a good question. It's possible. But probably not. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think people buying a used figure are going to care that you paid a tariff for it. But maybe. Maybe. I'm in too deep to stop. Same here. I mean, if I got to be a little bit more selective, that's fine. I think I only have... I have single-digit pre-orders with Sideshow. I mean, I've got a couple things from Underground figures. I got a couple things from Hawk. A couple things from 1/6 Kit. I'd say total, I might have like 14 figures on order. The only one that's out now is the dewback. Everything else hasn't even been released yet. Out of the price range, but it's a really nice piece. Yeah, not again, this is a lot like the dewback, more expensive, but you get more of an iconic figure or character. But it's a space eater as well. But you can also make a really nice display and fit a bunch of other figures if you have modu cases or something like that. I've heard people that own their own companies say that they pay the tariffs before getting on the boat. Now I'm hearing people saying it's when it arrives. I do pay to get an airplane. I do pay to get on an airplane before. Yeah, so I've kind of heard the same thing, that they're getting charged when it arrives, basically by the size of the freight, not necessarily the figure itself. Which is weird because Sideshow is basically charging you, and everybody, I don't know how it works. Like, I think different companies, it's gonna be different because different companies are gonna eat a different amount of the cost. So like Sideshow's saying, we're gonna eat everything but a 6%. We're gonna make you pay 6%. But like smaller resellers might be like, I can't necessarily do that, so you might have to pay 8% or 9%. But it's by the size of the freight, I guess. So like, it's tough to say because I'm not in the business of it, but that's kind of what people have been telling me. But yeah, it's very much a new thing. Hopefully it goes away soon. Senior review made me drop this pre-order for it. It was too hard to pass. Yeah, it's honestly like I have no regrets. Like every time I walk into my display, it is one of the cubes that just draws me in the most. Same thing where I'm sitting at my desk with the Batmobile. Just showstopper pieces, and I hope the dewback is the same thing. Austin's already been way more selective these past months, just based on sheer volume. Exactly, like Hot Toys is bringing out new figures before we even get to the figures that are trying to be released, like Sidious and Batman armories and all this other stuff. Like they're not even letting you get the figure anymore before they start giving you a new one. Plan on getting this eventually. Need to know the measurements of the base because the website doesn't do that very well. I thought we go to additional details. I think limit 6 per person. Does anybody want to buy 6? It's crazy. Yeah, that's a good point. I think these are the total dimensions, but I think the width or the depth, I always get those mixed up, is with the tail included. So like I think it's the total. So that's the total amount of space you would need, because that tail does kind of hang off there, as you can see. But yeah, you can definitely fit. You can view it in your room. That's pretty cool. You can definitely fit a bunch of other stuff in if you have a DF 6 series. I don't know, man. I wonder if it would fit in a 6 series. Probably, but I don't think you'd get much more in there. Seems that Sideshow is playing a game. Spider-Punk invoice didn't see a tariff change so far. Yeah, due-back shipped months ago. I mean, that thing came out in January, so sucks. Like, what's been the holdup? Where's Punisher? Are there any upgrades to it? No, there's not going to be any upgrades to this. It's a straight like, it's not even a reissue. It's really just, we sold out, we're going to make more and put it up for order again. That's what Sideshow does. They don't make improvements or anything like that. It's the same exact figure. So again, you're going to have a fragile Salacious Crumb. You're going to have paint rub issues. So just be very careful with this. Got Din Djarin in the house. That's cool. Yeah, man, it is. Dewback is a great centerpiece. Mine's arriving Monday. Man, I'm excited to see people getting these. Hopefully you guys share pictures on Instagram and stuff like that, because I'm excited too. With the size of the Dewback selling out, was a test for the future 2.0 Jabba will happen in other creatures. I hope so. Like Wampa, Tauntaun. Those are like at the top of my list. I would love a probe droid from Hoth. Let's see here. I'm going to close this poll. All right. So will Hot Toys make Jabba the Hutt? 51% still say yes. Very close. 33 votes. Thank you guys for doing that. We got 78 joining us today. This is a lot of fun. I like doing these spontaneous hangouts, especially at different times that other people can join that normally can't. So it's good hanging out with you guys. If I had to guess, I'm going to say Hot Toys will not make this, because this is a tough one. This is more like a statue. It's got swappable pieces. Because if Hot Toys does this, don't you think they'd make like a figure? Like a full silicone body, actual articulating arms. Like how this is it's a unique character to try and do. And then do you add the base or the throne as well? Like there's just a lot to it, and I just don't know. I don't know if Hot Toys cares enough about the OT, because they did do the dewback, so that we got to take that for what it's worth. But they only do like 2 OT figures a year, and sometimes that one of those 2 is just a 2.0. So I'm just curious, like, do they think this is worth their time? Is this something they really want to dive into, or are they just like, dude, Sideshow did it, that's good enough, we don't need to do this? I mean, I think that's kind of more of the mindset that I would have. I don't want to dive into something that's this complicated of a figure to do, and Sideshow kind of made a statue for everybody to enjoy. So I could be completely wrong, but that's kind of like my mindset. I just don't see this happening, especially because it's OT and because it's going to be such a complicated figure to kind of make, and very expensive. So that's kind of where my thought process is. I don't see them doing this, and this is done so well. I don't really have any complaints other than Salacious Crumb. And just kind of the paint applications just kind of wearing off easy. Valkyrie says, I got my final invoice for the Flash and the tariff fee was 17. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, and I heard the dewback was like 42. Austin, man, don't get me excited here. I think between now and 2027, OT will get some major love. I don't know. Like, I feel like that generation is almost past, and I don't quite understand it. Like, I know people that grew up now love the prequels, and they don't necessarily like OT as much. And I don't get it, because people are like, well, it's old and people can't really relate to it as much anymore. But like, sure, there's not CGI, but like we're all complaining about how movies these days don't have good writing, they don't have good storytelling, and I'd rather have the practical effects and the storytelling that's like superb, as opposed to CGI, but the story kind of sucks. So like for me, I still think Star Wars is just some of the best movies. I think it's the best trilogy ever made. Like, I still think it should hold up. Like, if people like Star Wars, you almost should just like the OT as well, because that's what it started with, and Star Wars wouldn't be what it is today if we didn't have those movies. So I don't know. Like, I don't buy that it's kind of like a past generation and people just don't connect with it anymore, because I still think the story is amazing, and yeah, it's hard to kind of surpass that. Tauntaun would be fire. GE, not even with Star Wars 50th coming up. I mean, what did we get for 40th? Like, I think we all kind of blow that out of proportion. Like, what was Empire Strikes Back? A reissue of Darth Vader, reissue of Boba Fett, reissue, or was Lando? Lando wasn't a reissue, but I think Lando was part of that too, and that was it. What do we get for Return of the Jedi 40th? C-3PO, Return of the Jedi, Vader, and I think that was it. I don't know. 50 is a great mark, but is it that much more than, like, Sideshow's in the business of making money? Like, why wouldn't they do it for these 10-year marks? For whatever reason, they want to do the new stuff, and every now and then they'll sprinkle in some OT. So I don't see them just going all out all of a sudden. Like, I could be wrong, but I think they'll maybe reissue a figure here and there, and then they'll give you like a release here and there as well. Like, we're pretty much getting 2 a year. Obviously, take with a huge grain of salt, but Man of Hot Collectibles said in his stream, OT is about to come back with 2.0 artisans and all. Again, grain of salt. That's per his source. Yeah. Could be. I could be wrong. I don't have a source. I'm just going off of what I've been seeing and kind of how it's been played off so far. I've been collecting 5 years now, and yeah, there's just not that much OT. So it would maybe. I mean, they kind of went back to Terminator a little bit. They've kind of went back to Alien a little bit. It's possible. Maybe everything comes full circle and they go back to it. It's very possible. But yeah, only time will tell. And I'll be happy if I'm wrong, because I would love to get more OT stuff. You can have a lot of great CGI, but no story, then you don't have a good film. You have to have balance, exactly. And man, from what Star Wars was able to do back then, just magic, man, just magic. Oh, look at this guy. We got OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hope you're doing well. OT will always be the best, man. OT for life. I'm with you there. I love it so much. I don't mind the prequels. I really just don't like Attack of the Clones. And I like some of the new stuff they're doing and some of the animated stuff. So just kind of hit and miss, and nothing really compares to me for the OT as it does with the OT. I think the main cast of A New Hope gets 2.0 at the end at the least. Yeah, I think we need a new Farm Boy Luke. Chewie. Do they go back to Chewie because they're doing Empire Strikes Back? Do they do another one? Like, do they say, hey, we have basically the technology to do it now. We've already done this one. Do we just kind of rebrand that as A New Hope? It's possible. Han Solo could definitely use an upgrade. Maybe Leia. Tarkin. Do I dare say Tarkin? Possible. But I don't think it's going to be anything very quick or fast. Like maybe one a year. It's just kind of the pace they've been going. Yeah, Bosk. We need Bosk bad. It'd be nice if Sideshow would do that one again. Snowspeeder Luke as well. Would be nice to get an X-Wing pilot Luke from A New Hope. That'd be cool. Han Solo, Return of the Jedi. Yep, Chewie. That's about it. My only problem with the Jabba release is the payment plan options started over $230. Wow. Yeah. So I didn't dig into that. I just know you can do payments. But yeah, it's gonna be quite a an undertaking to get this, because I think maybe because it's coming out so soon. So they're gonna need to do gather payments. Are you getting this, OG fan, or do you have this? Let me know. Are you watching Andor? I've tried, but it's hard to get through for me. Dude, I am struggling. I've made it through the first 6, and I find myself falling asleep. I find myself scrolling on my phone. Like, I don't know. It's been really tough for me to get into as well. I go back and I watch Emergency Awesomes videos and try to kind of pick up what I'm missing, but it's been really tough for me to stick with. So I'm hoping it kind of picks up a little bit, but yeah, I'm going to finish it, but definitely I'm not enjoying it as much as I was really hoping I would when the second season came out. So I'm probably in the minority with that, but I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm trying to figure it out, and maybe it's just not for me, but yeah, just trying to stick with it. Watch, we'll get Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan Kenobi within this month instead of the one everybody's expecting. At least the 2 OT releases last year were Han and Chewie big. Yeah, those, it's huge. So getting both of those, I think Han is getting close to being like his time to shine here. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Need an Attack of the Clones Obi. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised we haven't gotten that figure yet. It's been a while, man, since Hot Toys has really given us a lot of good stuff. But yeah, I mean, Jar Jar is coming, so that's really good news for you prequel fans. He looks really good, actually. Not for me, but as a figure, man, that thing looks great. Still trying to find Cobb. That's one that like never made a reappearance. Like usually you find stuff like people, when the new stuff comes out, people will move on from these figures and sell it cheaper. And that one really has not been one that you see being sold off too much. Like you'll see some of these other figures from Book of Boba Fett or wherever, and like price kind of drops $30-40, and you don't really see that one. Brad's disappointed with Andor 2. I get it. Figures and fantasies. Storytelling has been excellent. The dialogues all meaningful. Second half of the season will be craziness. That's what I'm kind of hoping for, but maybe it's just not something I've been able to connect with. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. Yeah, we're trying here, Steve. Sorry. Damn it. We're trying. We haven't given up. All right. I'm just checking out your comments here. I ordered Pope. I can't find it in my heart for Jar Jar. Hates the character, and I'm not over it yet. I don't know if Brick is still in here, but me, him, and DLO were kind of chatting like about Jar Jar, and he's really excited, and DLO's getting them, and I'm not. We're just talking about like hated characters, and he's like, no, he's funny, he's cute. People like R2 and C3PO and Yoda, they're cute and they're comical, but they can't like Jar Jar. I'm like, no. I'm like, Jar Jar's not funny, he's annoying. But I get it, some people love him, and he brings comedic relief. But it was just funny, the conversation we're having where we're like, people are on totally different sides with how they feel about that. But yeah, he annoyed me. Wouldn't be surprised. And I think he did annoy a lot of people. That's why they scaled him back so much for the next 2 movies. So there's a reason for that. King Killa says, wouldn't be surprised if we see Yoda, Obi, or Anakin 2.0 for May the 4th. Do you guys think we're getting a lot more figures? This always goes to there. So they've kind of already brought out, some announcements, some limited ones, and then another limited one here, and then we got Poe, and then we got Jar Jar. Like, do you think this is it? And then Hano Vader, which I don't really care to talk about that much, but I mean, do you think we're actually going to get more for May the 4th? Because I could see this being it. Could also see maybe getting 1 or 2 more announcements, or maybe a release. I think a release sounds like it could be incoming. Where's Return of the Jedi Han? Where's Hera? Let me know. Austin had to get Jar Jar, another alien for the Star Wars case. He's honestly, he looks great. He looks awesome. I like the accessories that they gave him. You know, they kind of made the most out of this figure, and the swap outs are great as well. You get the seamless arms. He looks good. Yeah, I just don't like the character. We got a $4.99 super chat from Valkyrie Magnus. Thanks for the morning show, Graham. Well, thank you guys. We got 74 here. Thank you guys for showing up and hanging out with me and talking Star Wars. You know, this is fun for me because, you know, I'm going to go do some stuff around the house after this. I got to cut the grass, but like this kind of like sets the tone for my day. So like hanging out with you guys and just shooting the shit is it's a lot of fun for me. So I appreciate the $4.99 super chat and you guys just kind of being here watching as you are. So you need to watch Light and Magic season 2 on Disney Plus to see how Jar Jar came to be. It's excellent. Interesting. I haven't even heard of that. Is Blitzway doing 1.6 OT Obi? Their 1.3 looks amazing. I'm not sure. I'm not the guy to ask about statues, that's for sure. But Valkyrie will get a Jar Jar eventually. Yeah, I think this might be it too. Maybe I think like an actual release makes sense. But you know, it was about time we got Jar Jar. They teased him how long ago, and he's finally here. What's up, Kevin? Thank you for joining us today. Hope you're doing well. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday to you. Let's see. I only collect prequels. Girlfriend's favorites are Darth Maul, Jar Jar. Man, I still have 2 payments on Darth Maul yet. That thing was so early. He came out before I even made a payment on him. We got CBS Sci-Fi, 4:22 p.m. here in the UK. Well, hey, I'm glad you could join us. It is 10:23 a.m. here. Got up early this morning, did some stuff, hanging out with you guys. Going to do some more stuff when I'm done, more errands and chores. But yeah, man, Jar Jar looks good. What do you guys? I mean, there's nothing you can do about this, right? But what do you think? Is it an eyesore? Does it catch your eye? I mean, but the seamless body for the most part is great. I don't have anything to complain about other than the character himself. But if you like the comedic relief, you can definitely display that in your collection. Oh, look, a sand base. Cool. I don't remember him even walking on sand. Do you guys? Seems a little lazy. He was, where was he on terrain that was sand like that? I don't recall. Oh yeah, well yeah, when they went to Tatooine in the ship, yeah, when they found Annie, he was there, so that makes sense. But man, that's not what I really I guess maybe, but I guess I remember him for, you know, his homeland, but then also in the end war scene as well. But that's right, gets his tongue zapped by the speed racer there, the pod racer. What do you got? Yeah, and then you got the magnetic tongue. That's a nice touch. So you really have like 3 different looks for that. So that's really cool. I actually really like this too, this edition. Like, again, what do we give Jar Jar Binks? And really creative, looks cool. I would definitely display him with that as well. This is cool too. Like, just having him in the display with a thumbs up and the tongue hanging out. I dig it. Just not for me. Outfit looks great. You know, sculpted teeth look good. The eyes look amazing. I'm just wondering. Okay, so I see there's like a seam here, so then that probably just pops out for the swappable eyes. Silicone arms with seamless joint, and then they show that, but then you can see this. It is what it is. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. The more I talk, usually I'm on Wolfpack and I have other people to kind of play off of, so I don't have to talk as much. 2 interchangeable face sculpts. Yeah, this looks good. Like, look at the detail on the hands. Have fingernails. Texture looks good. Magnetically attach the tongue. And there's everything you get. And this is $285, I think. Hot Toys has conditioned us to pay the higher price, so I feel bad saying it's a decent price, but it is in today's age. Let's see. We got a new channel member here. Batman Collectibles, taking the plunge, becoming a channel member. Hey, appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much. Again, just you guys watching means the world to me. It means I'm doing something right, but just taking that extra step to support the channel and, you know, help me continue to bring you the content that I do, you know, awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome to the watch, and I hope you enjoy being a member of the channel. It means a lot. Love your videos, amazing collection. Thank you so much. Jar Jar so thinks not anime. Doing well. Added Ahsoka DX21 to the collection yesterday. Congrats. She can be found for a good price. We got Blurred Dad Life. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us. Let's see. All right, let me just pop out of here. Let's take a look at Poe quick. So, does anybody know, is this the same? Did they use the same head sculpt for this as they did with Moon Knight? Maybe just change the hair a little bit, or is it the exact same? Does anybody know? Also, this is cool. I just don't collect the sequels. I have one sequel figure, and it's R2-D2, and I just put him in my OT. I had Rey from, I think, from The Last Jedi, but I never even got her out of the box, and then I sold her. But this looks cool. Well done. Good head sculpt. I mean, I know people have been kind of craving for this one to be coming out for a while too. So Poe Dameron, he's coming with the helmet. Head sculpt looks good in my opinion. Does BB-8 come with him? I haven't really looked at these pictures yet, so, or they just put that in for the picture. I love the X-Wing pilot look, though. Again, I wish they would do Luke in this, in the less, you know, the more baggy jumpsuit than the Snowspeeder one. But this is cool. I mean, I'm gonna do a poll on this one too, because I want to know, like, obviously the sequels aren't very well received, at least yet. So I want to know if you guys are picking this up. Please vote. Please vote. We got another channel member. Austin Collects, a new channel member. Thank you so much. Hey, I got to do more Saturday shows. You guys coming through big time. Thank you so much. Now I got to update my my little pre-stream poster showing all of the channel members. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. What do I got here? Not ready, so I don't have anything kind of set up, but
yes, that's awesome.
Thank you to Austin Collects and Batman Collectibles for becoming channel members and taking the plunge. Appreciate you guys, and welcome aboard. Yeah, so let me know if you guys are picking this up. Let me again, Hot Toys kind of knocking it out of the park here. I don't see anything wrong with this. I think he looks awesome. Great figure, just not really for me. Not into the sequels. Helmet with adjustable visor. I'd have visor down. Okay, so they just had BB-8 in there for the pictures. Comes with a plain Death Star base. That's fine, whatever. Separate rolling eyeballs. And there you go. There you have it. Looks good. And then we got Clone Commander Boss. Is this this one's limited, right? I don't remember. I know this guy's limited. This one actually looks cool. I like the paint app on here with that speckling kind of look. That's actually kind of cool. Like, I'm not a fan of when they do like chromes or golds, but like something like this is pretty sweet. I do like this. Just again, doesn't go with anything in my collection, so this isn't something that I'm gonna pick up, but man, I do like this a lot. I like the detail here that's printed on. Kind of just an interesting look. And I think with the right lighting, it actually looked really good in the display. But let me look here. So exit out. This is the Bad Batch, the Elite Squad Trooper collectible figure. Okay. Any chance? I wish we could get Omega from the Bad Batch. Man, that would be so cool. That would really complete the set for me. But that's, again, like Jabba the Hutt, that would be such a tough figure to do because you don't really have anything to go off of. You know, everything was used with the Tamora Morrison look. So, like, with her, I don't know if she, without doing an animated look, would she even look like herself? That's the question. What's up, John? Watching in the UK. Hope you're good. Yeah, man, it's cool to see all the UK friends watching live. So glad I get to kind of interact with you at a different time when you guys are up and at 'em. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. Thank you for checking in. I don't think I'll pick up Poe unless they update Rey and Finn. Those three plus Kylo would be my only sequel figures. Not a fan of 8 and 9. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. It's like Bad Batch without the red markings. Yeah, pretty much. Probably why I like it. Yeah. Would you get this if they do Imperial Crosshair? I'd consider it. Maybe. We got Honest Hansel in the house with his Packer gear on. Good morning to you, my friend. Go Pack, go. All right. Anything else that you guys want to talk about here? Anything else? We also have the Droid Repair Shop watching from the UK, enjoying the stream. Welcome, welcome. Oh, good seeing the UK group here this morning. I like it. I like it. So yeah, just to recap, I'm still alive from Jabba the Hutt being reissued. I'm doing well. Still happy with my figure. I might see if anybody's parting that figure out though, and see if I can get a Salacious B Crumb that's not broken. Again, mine is repaired for the most part, but it would be nice to have just one that's not completely shattered. And then I kind of did what I needed to do with a couple of the paint rubs, and it blended in perfectly fine. You can't tell. So yes, I know where they are, but I think it's all good. So I'm happy with it. Scum and Villainy line, definitely getting Bib Fortuna because he's going to go well with Jabba the Hutt. And then where am I here? Scroll down. Spaghetti Brook. Might be one to pick up. It's cool. Like they did a good job. Like what I can see. Like this looks good. When we go back, like I don't know if it's just the character or if it's just me. This one looks a little like soft. Maybe that's how he looked though. I don't know. These are like figures or characters that we basically saw for like a split second. Tessic. Klaatu. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. I'm excited. Some good OT stuff coming. Jabba the Hutt looks great. Again, straight reissue. Not going to be anything not going to be anything different. This is basically just saying, hey, we're just going to put it back out for sale. So Yeah, you could put Bulba with the Scum. For sure. Did anyone mention Sideshow had a different queue system for Cherry Blossom Trooper? No. I'd really like Hot Toys to start releasing 1/6 scale Starfighter vehicles, TIE Interceptor vehicle, or the Advanced V1. Jedi Starfighter, Interceptor, Kenobi. Any one of these I'd love. Yeah. I just want more Star Wars creatures. This looks like 2100 with that Jabba at 1100. Oh my. Yeah. Pricey. But hey, at least we have the option to pick up, you know, some of this stuff too. I know it's pricey though. Like, yeah, like I said, like they're basically, their prices are in line with Hot Toys, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but can't really complain aesthetically how they look. It's really just the functionality of the figures. You know, you don't really come with a base or a stand, you know, maybe not as many accessories, and then the bodies themselves, you know, typically historically have been really loose joints and whatnot. So that's been the major complaint. So like to sell it for the same price as Sideshow or as Hot Toys, kind of sucks. Like, again, you're kind of just in a bad place where if you really want it, you kind of just have to, because I don't think anybody else is making these. For May the 4th, think we should talk about Star Trek. Hey, we got Mike Literis checking in, channel member. Hello. How are you? Hope you're well. But yeah, I think yeah, we streamed for about a little over an hour. If you guys don't have anything else, we could probably end it here. Got 82 in the house. Man, I feel bad ending it, but kind of talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Unless you guys want any final questions, any final things in the chat you want to talk about. Let me close this poll while I'm at it too. I always forget that. Okay. Are you picking up Poe? 65% said no. That makes sense. 34% said yes. That makes sense. Sequels, yeah. Again, we talk about writing. Like, the writing was off the charts bad with the sequels. Like, you know, a lot of people liked Force Awakens, and I thought it was okay, but I just remember walking out of the theater, I'm like, it's just like A New Hope, and people are like, well, they're trying to gather in new Star Wars fans, and I'm like, to just watch A New Hope. Like, it's an amazing movie. Like, I don't get that stuff. Like, I don't care like that it's dated with the practical effects and stuff like that. Like, it's still an amazing story, but I also understand, like, I'm not going to go back and watch a movie from, you know, the 40s or the 50s potentially that has a great story but is in black and white. You know, I get it. So like, who knows? But I just feel like I'm getting old. Getting to be an old grumpy OT guy. Is it just Star Wars what you collect? I have a question. What's channel name? Yeah, so no, I pretty much collect the big 3 IPs and then some miscellaneous stuff as well. But Star Wars is like the wheelhouse, the focus. OT is the main focus. And then I do collect like some of the newer stuff like the Ahsoka series, Mandalorian, Boba Fett, some of those things. But I don't feel the need to complete any lines. I just collect what I really want in the collection. If I don't want it, then I don't get it. And I've kind of had to learn that over my 5 years of collecting, that I've made, you know, I make a lot of, I won't say bad choices, but maybe I don't think them through, or like spontaneous purchases, I guess. And then I wound up selling a lot of that stuff. So trying to be a little bit more disciplined, but at the same time, I always think I'll always be a seller because space is limited and money. Financially, this is a hobby, so money's always going to be limited. So I'm okay at certain points moving on from figures to get new figures in. Do I ever regret it? Sure. Have I purchased things back? Yeah. I think a lot of people have too. So like, but it's just kind of the way I've always been. Like, I've kind of always just been a wheeler and a dealer, and things come in, things go. I enjoy them for that period of time, and then I kind of move off and get something else. So I don't really have too many regrets, but you can kind of see. I'll just go. Let me just pull this off here, and we'll go full. So down here I have the Jazz Inc. and you can watch my videos too. And I just did an actual tour recap, but DC, and then we have Marvel up here. It's blurry, but oh gosh. So there's my Marvel stuff. Just got Doctor Strange this week. Loose for really cheap. So let's go here. And then all Star Wars, and then miscellaneous is over in the DFs and the 6 series. So yeah, just did a video on top 5 figures I'd least likely to sell, and you can go watch that. That was a lot of fun to make, actually. You know, you move your camera and then it just never seems right. Okay. Oh no, I'm shaking my whole thing. Okay. Let's see here. Just joined. Can you please repeat everything you talked about? Thanks so much. Funny guy. I have all of these characters on cards from the old Decipher Star Wars, the collectible card game. Nostalgia bait for this Scum and Villainy. That's cool, man. That's cool. What's the one OT figure you want to see? I don't know if I can just pick one. Gamorrean Guard, Slave Leia, Hoth characters. Those are the ones that come to mind. Boosh Leia. I want that Bespin Escape Leia. But she wouldn't be like the one, because obviously I have Hoth Leia, so like, but I do want to see that one. I like that one a lot. Oh boy. How dangerous will Game of Thrones be if Inart ever decides to get on that? That will be dangerous. So going back to John's question too, where he says, questioning it because of the channel name, the Jedi Night's Watch. So actually came up with the Jedi Night's Watch. It's a Game of Thrones. It's kind of got like Game of Thrones, Batman, and Star Wars all together. So Night's Watch from Game of Thrones, Jedi Knights from Star Wars, and then, kind of like the Dark Knight Batman. So like it just kind of all blends together. And you have the Jedi Night's Watch, and it's actually Jon Snow in the logo, but he's holding a lightsaber. So I kind of designed that myself to kind of portray that. So that's kind of where the name comes from. That's where the logo comes from. I love the logo. I don't know if I'll ever change it, but yeah, so it's Jon Snow in the logo, if you guys didn't know. Valkyrie says, I agree, you're not old. I watched Star Wars when it came out. Yeah, I think I started watching it when I was like 4 or 5, so like late 80s into 1990. Would you jump into 007? I'm excited to see what they'll be cooking up. I've never been the biggest James Bond fan, unfortunately. I've only seen a couple of the movies. That's one of like the franchises that my dad just never really got into, at least not with me. For him and I, it was like Star Wars, Batman, Die Hard, Terminator, RoboCop, kind of that stuff. But I don't know, for some reason, just never got into 007, which is weird because I like the Mission Impossible movies as a franchise too. But so probably not. I just want to see my new badge in the chat. I dig it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm satisfying my Scum and Villainy with Hasbro TVC. Can't afford all this Sideshow stuff. Yeah. Definitely need Gamorrean Guards. That would be huge for me. I'd get 2 of them. I'd get 2. As you've got the Bad Batch, are you getting all the Delta Squad? I am not. I'm actually I'm okay with just the Bad Batch that I have. And then I have, I got Rex with them as well. So like, to me, that's good enough. I did really enjoy Bad Batch, but it's not something that I feel, again, the need to kind of go all in. I'm not the biggest trooper collector. I've kind of dug into it a little bit more, but it's mainly OT if it's trooper. So yeah, there's just too much stuff out there to collect, especially when you're collecting DC, Marvel, miscellaneous. There's just too much stuff. So no, I'm probably not going to touch that stuff. Ooh, yeah, Akbar would be cool. That'd be cool. Oh, man. 80s Ninja Turtles. Yeah, if I could get 6 scale animated turtles, 6 scale 1990 turtles, I'd be all in on that. All in. Are you getting the Prey figure? I'm not. I really enjoyed the movie, but again, like that Predator itself just isn't iconic enough for me. Not my favorite look for Predator. I did enjoy the movie. I am holding out though for a 2.0 of the classic Jungle Hunter. So right now I just have City Hunter and Jungle Hunter. I've had the Elder Predator at a time. I wouldn't mind having that one back, but again, I worry about buying those older figures. A, because I am the reissue magnet, but B, I worry about the rubber dreads deteriorating over time or the pleather. I wanted the Berserker Predator for the longest time, and I actually bought one when I first started collecting, when I was like a novice on eBay, and the straps were all broken, the pleather all deteriorated. So I sent that back and I never bought it again. And I've heard so many horror stories about how bad that figure is with the pleather. So, yeah, gonna hold out. Let's see. I have the NECA TMNT. I used to have the quarter scale NECA turtles, which were cool, but just a hard time fitting them into the collection. Done really well. And then I had the animated, like the 7-inch, and then the 1990 7-inch turtles as well. Yeah, I had NECA. NECA was, so I was in the Funko, and that was kind of the gateway drug into Hot Toys. But for a split second, I did have a little bit of NECA as well. Akbar will likely happen from Ahsoka Season 2. There you go. Giving us hope. We need some Rebel Commandos. Just picked up my first 90s quarter scale turtle last month. It's dope. I need all 4. Yeah, they are amazing. So much detail in those. Hansel says, I ordered the Dueling Vader. Anyone else? Is it still available? Does anybody know? I saw it yesterday and I like it, but it just doesn't fit in the collection. Let's see here. So many Vaders. Wow, he's still up there. Pre-order $295, May to October. Still there. I don't know. This is cool, but like, where does he fit in my collection? And again, priorities. Throwing down $300 for another Vader. As cool as he looks, I already have 4. Could use this. This is money towards the dewback, or Hera if she comes out next week, or young Ahsoka or something like that. So as cool as it looks, I don't know. It's just not something I can pull the trigger on, I don't think. But I like it. I wish. Well, Steve, are you getting this? Maybe I can admire it from a distance in your collection, because I know Brooke is not getting this. So, and DLO is not getting it, but it's cool. Like it reminds me of those Funko Pops they did a couple years back for like the vintage or the retro, the comic book look. Yeah. Oh, Shady says Sideshow just got me $17.40 tariff, added $5 shipping from $19.70 to $14.70 shipping miles across the Spider-Verse. Why are they just getting him? Why has he been out for months? I don't know, man. They've been super slow. This has been a common thing for the past how many years, but sometimes they catch up, sometimes they're way out. I don't know. It just feels like COVID again in a way, like there's so many delays and there's just such a long waiting period. But unlike COVID, I don't really know why. Like, is the tariff thing, the whole thing holding it back? I don't know. But going back to that question too about in-art Game of Thrones. Yes, I would be screwed if in-art decides to do Game of Thrones, because again, I loved watching that show. It was amazing time watching Game of Thrones. And sure, the last season was a big letdown, but it's still something that I really love. That's kind of why I liked collecting Funko Pops, was because, you know, you could get all the Game of Thrones stuff. You could have all the characters and kind of have a display of Game of Thrones. Like right now, you could get 3-0, but even that's a little hard to find at this point. So, you know, I don't really have any Game of Thrones representation. So that would be dangerous. Yes. Are your figures all Hot Toys and in art? I got some things dabbled around. We have a little bit of like a couple Mars toys, figures. I got some, you know, I got a lot of Topo accessories that I've kind of modified figures with. All the Marvels, Hot Toys. The Batman is a lot of like modifications. We have the Jazzing Batmobile. We have the Sideshow Jabba, Sideshow Skiff Guard Lando. And then I have the art figures, Edward Scissorhands. And that's about it. Yeah, I feel like I've had a couple more like Mars toy stuff, third party. But yeah, for the most part, it's I only have one in-art figure at the moment. It's just the in-art Batman, which I do love that figure. Dueling Vader in the right lighting will be sick. I agree. It went up to $25 for shipping. Whew. Figures and Fandom is not getting this Vader. I appreciate it though for what it is. Yeah, same here. Like, I just don't have a place for it. Love that we're dipping more and more into Legend series. Oh, Mara Jade is coming. Yeah, that's great for you guys. You know, I'm happy for everybody for these video game lines, these Legend lines. Is really it's what the focus seems to be more on these days. Thanks for stopping in, Dinjarn. Appreciate you, man. Have a good day. Yeah, still waiting for Mall 2.0 to ship. Yeah, same. But I got to pay it off first. So I reviewed that thanks to Plastic Heroes giving me that for review. So that was a while ago too. So like doing that has actually helped me be more patient. The fact that I was able to get the review out, I was like, okay, I don't need to get it right away. Because that's the reason why I would like I'd buy from Toys Buying Agent, or, you know, buy overseas and get it as quick as possible, but then you got to pay for it. The reason why is because I really wanted to review it for myself, but for you guys. And the fact that I'm working with Jeremy Casa now, I can kind of like get some of these figures to review, but then if I'm buying them, either I'll buy them from him or I'll just wait for like my Sideshow order, and then, you know, kind of holds me over. But should be, even though I'm not getting the Predator figure, I should be able to review that in the next couple weeks for you guys. So he is giving us that figure to review. So that's going to be fun. Maybe I'll change my mind. They're on record saying Game of Thrones will be their Star Wars line. Just not sure in-art can pull it off. Oh boy. It's going to be tough. Yes. Choices will need to be made. Sacrifices. I have 3-0 Game of Thrones. I used to have a handful of them. I think I had Tyrion, Jon, White Walker, Night King, and then I can't remember her name, but yeah, I had one more too. Thoughts on the Phoenix Joker? I don't really have any thoughts. I'm not a fan of those movies. I bought the first one, watched it once, never watched it again. Didn't see the second one. Cool concept, just not for me. I would never get a 4-pack though. Unless you're like a crazy big fan, I wouldn't get that 4-pack. Adios, Jazzy. I'll probably be leaving soon here too. Just paid my mall off. Just kind of getting through the comments here. Did you already go over Sideshow 40% off sale? I did, yeah. Deal was there no restrictions. They later required a $400 amount. Yikes. Okay, that sucks. Yeah, because honestly, like, let me go back to that, because a lot of those prices you can find for still cheaper on like the secondary market. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, that sucks because they're on sale, but you pretty much now have to buy like, so what? You have to buy basically three or four figures on some of these. Like you'd have to pair 1, 2, and like, you know, 3 figures just to get the deal. You'd have to buy 3 figures. Like, no, people aren't going to do that. Like, you can find this Mando on eBay for that price. You know, you can find this Shore Trooper for cheaper than this. You can find Rescue for cheaper than this. You can find Moff Gideon cheaper than that. I barely got $100 for my King Shark. This guy's cheap. So I don't like it that you said that they made it a $400 minimum, because they're still not going to move their dead stock, because these are what they're going for on the secondary market. Granted, yeah, they're used maybe, but you know, most collectors take care of their stuff and it's not a big deal. So unless you need to buy new, then it's a good deal. But that's still, that $400 minimum sucks. Like, what if you're just really in the market for a Taskmaster or Athena? You finally can get a good deal, but now you kind of have to like still, you know, pay up. Because I was even looking yesterday or whenever that was, and I was just like, well, you know, maybe is there anything I'll just pull the trigger on, like spend $150, and I didn't really see anything that I needed. Let's see here, but yeah, that's kind of shitty. 6 scale figures. There's 23 6 scale figures, but yeah, you can use May the 4th 40 if you guys want the code. Gosh, Ethan. You're funny. Let's see. We got Ryan. The 400 minimum worked for the subtotal, not the full total. So you only need to buy 2 figures. Okay. Well, that makes a little bit more sense. Thank you for that info. So it's the subtotal before the sale. Okay. He got Swoop Bike and Artillery Trooper. It worked yesterday. That's pretty cool. 400 is too much. But yeah, if it's... I still think they shouldn't have a minimum. If you want to clear your dead stock, then just put it on sale and let people buy it. But at least it's the subtotal. So yeah, like Dina was 275. Now she's 165. But yeah, there's the Swoop Bike's tempting, but not tempting enough for me. Other than that, I've owned this one and I have Return of the Jedi now. I don't need this one. Have this one. Man, Captain Marvel still sitting here. I think she was on here when I started collecting in 2020. That's nuts. Rescue, I've had her. Wouldn't mind having her, but it's not worth it. I have the Transport Trooper. Yeah, there's not really anything I need. I wouldn't mind one day doing like a Tony Stark. Not in team suit, but like a kit bash or like in a suit, something like that. But same old stuff, kind of. You know, Stan Lee, I think he was available when I started collecting as well. Sylvie's been up here for a while. Vision, all right, not for me. All right, my throat is getting itchy. I think we're gonna call it a day. Hour and 30 minutes. Look at that. We had fun for an hour and 30 minutes. I appreciate you guys again showing up, showing out, having fun with me. I am doing well, keeping my Jabba the Hutt. It will be okay, and I'm in good spirits. So I'm happy that, you know, if anybody else out there is getting it, you know, they can enjoy it, because again, it's just something I can't recommend enough. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, hit that like button on your way out. It really does help the channel out a lot. Appreciate everything you guys are doing to support me, and hope you have a great rest of the weekend. We will be back for Wolfpack Wednesday, and I'll announce this Wednesday as well. But not this coming week, but the next week is our 100th episode. We're going to be doing giveaways from Underground Figures, Hawk Wars toys, and hopefully module space. So there's some really good stuff there. So come and join us for that. Don't have the details on how I'm going to sort that out. Also, we might run a contest this week, and the lucky winner could be on Wolfpack Wednesday with us for the 100th episode. So details to come next week on that. We're just kind of kicking around ideas. So looking forward to it. And we'll kind of go from there. So, all right, guys. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. See you soon. Goodbye.